Hello, Patty here, the country wife from Vermont. I'm going to try this without even checking. It's a beautiful day here in South Carolina. I'm happy to be here. We've just finished our handwork group this morning and now I'm back on track. Hopefully I'll be able to do video more regularly. I've kind of fallen off the wagon lately. Interestingly enough, let's start with the health front. Things have improved in my health a little bit, and I've lost 5 pounds since I saw the dietitian in December, and she was thrilled. And this new continuous glucose monitor that I have on my arm has helped me be more reliable with my eating so that I'm in the proper range of blood sugars much more of the time. And lately it's been pretty good. I've been working on the house a little bit. I've been trying to get rid of some things. If I find something that is broken, or for example, we have an air popper popcorn machine. It's great. I mean, it's just one of those little ones you have on your counter. And I pulled it out because I was going to make popcorn for my husband the other night, and I couldn't find the little dome thing. And so I'm going to give it another check for that dome thing. And if I can't turn that up in the next day, then that popcorn thing is going to go away, because, we don't need to keep a lot of stuff that's not fully functional. And I've been doing better. Everybody else in the world probably has their dishes washed all the time. As soon as you get up from the table, you wash your dishes. I've fallen off that wagon too, but recently I've hopped back on, and more days than not, I get the dishes done right away. By the time I go to bed, the kitchen sink is empty and clean. It isn't right now though, for a variety of reasons, but by the time I go to bed tonight, it will be, which makes me happy. Okay, handwork things. Several things. I don't have it to show you, but I did a weaving project in the last week, and it was washcloths, facecloths, and they turned out pretty well. I'm gonna do the same colors, and I'm gonna do some more because I really liked how they came out. So I'm gonna do that, and next time when I do it, I will show them to you. But now these have been given to the person I was making them for, and so they're gone. If I knew how to add a photograph to the video, then I could put that in. But currently, I don't know how to do that. So that's the weaving front. I've been knitting a good deal, and I think I maybe mentioned that, sometime in the fall, I got the bug to make blankets for all of our grandchildren. Now we have 10 grandchildren, from mid-20s down to 14. And I had an idea to do that. And one of them has already been completed and delivered. One for the person who said, make me hand towels instead. Those are almost finished. And I was working on, I think it was called a corner to corner knitted garter stitch blanket. So you cast on the number of stitches. No, you cast on like just a few stitches, and you increase and increase and increase. And actually, okay, I'll finish. So you increase so that the bottom it gets to the width that you want the blanket to be. And then you stop doing the increases on that side and you just do garter stitch for a while, and then when you get to the length that you want it, then you do the decreases. I'm explaining it poorly, but there's some trick to it, and I have it written down somewhere. Anyway, I was doing it and I decided I wanted to use up a lot of yarn. So this whole project is so I can use up the yarn in the house so I can start fresh. And I didn't get it done last year. I want to get it done this year. So I was holding 3 strands of worsted weight yarn together to make this blanket, and using US 15 needles. And it was working wonderfully well. And I got it maybe a third of the size, but then it began to be very, very taxing on my hands. That it was too heavy and it just made my hands hurt. So yesterday I said, okay, I'd like to continue on with this. This is a nice squishy blanket. Squishy is a word we use a lot in knitting. It's squishy. You see how thick it is? It's nice and thick with the 3 strands. It was wonderful, but it wasn't going to work for me to continue on. So I decided to turn it into a shawl. So you can see it actually makes a nice shawl. You put it on your shoulders, and you can use a shawl pin to keep it there. So it will work fine. So I have started a different blanket for this grandchild. But the grandchild will get a bonus with a shawl because it's for a girl. And she's going to have a shawl as well as a blanket. So there's that one. I'm considering that a done deal. This is done, not the blanket. So anyway, another one is that we have a granddaughter who years and years ago, I made her a cabled sweater. I always loved cables. I always wanted to make myself a cable knit sweater, but making a cable sweater for somebody my size was going to be an inordinate amount of yarn and time and effort. And so I made one for a granddaughter. And sometime after I delivered it to her, I think she might have been 13 or 14 years old. Her father sent me an email and said, she really likes that blanket. I mean, that sweater. I don't think she's had it off a moment since you got it. So anyway, I had gotten some yarn in the fall, thinking I would use that to make a blanket for her. And in December, the Barocco company put out a Knitalong. It's called the Cable Craze Knitalong. And every month, on the second Tuesday of the month, they put out a pattern for a square. So every month there'll be a square, and there's so 12 months. So it'll be a 3x4 blanket, and they're 16 inches wide. Well, here I am, nearly finished with the first one. I had hoped to have it finished before the second Tuesday, which is this week. So it is already, the new square is finished. I mean, has dropped, so we can do it. This I've only got 3 more row repeats, which are 6. So I've got about 18 more rows to go. Then I can bind this off and set it aside and start the next one. But this is block 1, and I'm pretty happy with it. Except that if you look at it, you don't even have to look at it very carefully. You can see errors. I have a high tolerance for error in knitting when I don't see it right away. So I've left the errors in there. You know I'm human. Okay, the last thing I wanted to talk about is that when our daughter and her family were here for Christmas, she and our grandson made 2 beautiful bats for me for spinning. And here's one of them. You can see this. It is fabulous, nice and thick, a gorgeous bat. They went through 2 or I think 3 times. And so we've got this fiber. This is a fiber that came from sheep in Thetford, Vermont. And I had it made into roving. And then this is the yellow, may be marigold, but I don't think so. Anyway, this is all fiber that I use to, what do you call it? I did natural dyeing with, and I can't tell you what the particular dyes are now because that was last year that I did it. But anyway, it's now done. And the last 2 days I've worked on making yarn. So here's a single. I've been spinning on the Ashford Traveler spinning wheel that my friend Elsie gave me years ago, probably more than 20 years ago. She gave it to me. And so here's one bobbin for this. And then here is some beautiful, colorful yarn. I don't know how well it shows, but this is on a woolly winder. I did this spinning on the Ashford E-Spinner 3 that I have that is upstairs, so I can just slip in there and spend 5 minutes and do it. And so this I finished this morning. And it is fiber from the Kingdom Fleece and Fiber Works in northern Vermont. And it's pin drafted comb top. It's 45% U.S. Coopworth, 45% Dorset, and 10% bio nylon. I have no idea what bio nylon is. But anyway, it's OOAK. And I've finally learned OOAK means one of a kind. So this is the only one you'll ever see of this. And so these 2, I'm going to ply them together and use it to knit the Jaunty shawl that I'm doing. So this is a Spinalong. Andrea Mowry has a Spinalong to Knitalong. Started in December for spinning, and then the shawl needs to be completed in June. So I may today work on plying. Actually, no, I won't work on plying because I need another bobbin. I'm sure I'm going to need another bobbin of this. So I will spin this fiber and that bat and see how it goes. So that is all the excitement around here in terms of fibery things. It's been satisfying emptying off my dining room table, which right now I'm not going to show you because it's not empty, but it was empty for a little while. But I did what I always do, is I had a basket and I took everything off the table and put it in the basket. And so hopefully this weekend I'm going to go through that basket and maybe be able to throw away a lot of the paper. I don't know about you, but I have paper problems. People have all kinds of problems, but I have paper problems. I collect paper and we have to get rid of it. The time has come to clean out, hoe out, and make things better. And in so doing, make myself better and make the world better. So that is it for today. Anybody who has any comments you'd like to make, I'd love to hear from you. Feel totally free to put comments here. Subscribe if you want to. I'm hoping next time to do a weaving video. I started making a weaving video and I made lots of parts to it that I was going to put together. And wouldn't you know it, my phone said, "I'm sorry, you don't have room enough on your phone to upload this video." So I couldn't even put it together. So I had to throw away a lot of stuff. So hopefully this one won't be in that position. But anyway, that's it for now. Do good, be good. Let's do it now together. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful time until we meet again. Bye now.